Hello everyone, welcome to a very different drive down. I am in the back of the camper. The reason why I'm doing this now is because I recorded it earlier, but I had audio issues. But we're doing it again. As you can see, everything is closed behind us here in the camper. Even Ferdinand's doing there, bless him. Aren't you, son? Aren't you? I've got the curtains up as well. I just don't want to sit in the front because obviously they obstruct people going past in a big bright light. Obviously I've got one of the lights that are on here, but obviously not that far out now. I'm just in Epping, but before we begin, a couple of things. I've seen it on the news tonight that there's been some fatal stabbings on the train, and everyone at Newcastle Fans TV is thinking of everybody. The train that's been on the East Line coming down the LNER, and I've been walking around Peterborough, and I've been actually fueled up in Huntington as well, so I've been closely following the news and hopefully everyone is okay and everyone makes it. Cowardly, absolutely cowardly. But obviously we play West Ham later on today. Obviously this is in the early hours of the morning, and it's a place where Newcastle won last season with Bruno scoring, of course, and we've got a good record down at West Ham. And obviously we are proudly sponsored by Ballybet, which you can see the QR code on your screen. If you do want to have a bet, a fantastic bet, if you bet just £10, they'll give you £20 in free bets for today. So if you want to have a little bit of a flutter, you've got to be over 18 though. Gamble responsibly. You can see the QR code is also pinned, also on the link at the top of the description if you want to have a little look and have a little gamble on potential Newcastle beating West Ham today. So I think we'll go and win. I think we'll concede, you know. I think it's just low of averages. I think they'll score one. I think we'll score a couple. I think we'll win today. I'm pretty confident in that. And Newcastle need to win their first away Premier League game of the season because it's been a little bit slow. Obviously, we did batter Union in the Champions League, which was great. Would there be any changes, do you reckon? So, obviously midweek, Fabian Schär had a fantastic game. And is it going to be the same midfield three that'll come back in? Like Tonali, obviously he started in midweek, he was brilliant. Bruno and Joe Linton, probably. Gordon left, and then it's an option of Murphy or Langer on the right. I would say probably Murphy would come in. I thought Langer was pretty poor midweek. Right back Trippier will come back in. Left back Dan Burn will stay. I think there'll be a change of goalkeeper. But it's between Fabian Schär and Botman for me. It's centre back. I think Valdemar will continue to play up top. But it's just a bit disappointing about Johan Visser, isn't it? Everyone thought, you know, even Eddie Howe said a few weeks ago that he might make the West Ham trip. And obviously he hasn't put a timeline on it. He had his press conference on Friday. So that's disappointing news. So it would have been nice to see him on the bench. However, more positive is that Lewis Hall might be involved today. So that would be good if he's on the bench. So Eddie Howe's going to make that decision very late on. So hopefully Hall is on the bench because he's been a bit stop-start this season. Obviously starting the season on the bench and then he's got injured. And obviously he is England and Miles Lewis-Skelly, the next two left backs for the next decade in my opinion. So I hope he's there. Who else is there? Will Asula is nursing a knock. Obviously that's been for a week or two now. But I think he'll be on the bench anyways. But look, we should be going to West Ham. And I know they've got a little bit of positivity with Paqueta not getting done for his well, is it a scandal, allegedly? So he's fine. Obviously, they've had a change of manager in Nuno. There always seem to be a club in turmoil. They remind me of, do you know when we were under Mike Ashley, they were like the southern version of us. Very, very passionate set of fan base. I love it. I love that because they're very similar to us. And just things aren't going well. They've got shit ownership. There was shit on with the stadium and having to move because it's not a football stadium. And look, I'm going to be up in the gods later on the day, and I don't like going to West Ham. I think it's just it feels like an athletic stadium, and just getting out of West Ham's a nightmare because they take you the long way out and then they stagnate you at the train stations. Obviously, I'm next to Epping now, and I'm getting the train in, the tube down into Epping. I'm not going to get into politics before anyone makes a joke about Epping or what have you, because there's so many bad stuff happening in the UK at the minute. And but hopefully Newcastle come away with 3 points. That's why we're doing it. This is why we travel, and I hope everyone is safe. But as I say, I think with Ballybet's deal, I'm going to go with Newcastle to win it. And obviously we've got the match reaction, the last word, and the vlog from me personally. Josh is going to be live a little bit later on with fans as well, so if you want to have your say and you can do in the comments. And if you want to ask to come on, you can do too. He'll be live around about 4 o'clock, beg your pardon, because it's 2 o'clock off today, it's Sunday, 4 o'clock UK time, so get tuned in for that. But yeah, drop us a like on this video, score prediction please in the comments down there below. I'd love to know your thoughts on today and how are the lads. Come on.